Hi, in this video we will do some demos for a type checking tool called mypy. mypy is one of the type checker for Python, which is maintained by Dropbox. And we have mentioned that annotation for functions and variable in our code has no effect at runtime. Python interpreter doesn't check that. We need some tools, some third-party tools. mypy is one of them. Let's see a demo. For example, here we have a function called sum, and sum has two arguments, x and y. Both of them are integers. And this function will return x plus y, so the return value also is an integer. And this is function type annotation, okay? And actually, we can use sum to call our function, but here we pass two string as the arguments. And this Python code can be run correctly without any error. So that is the reason, and that is why we said that Python doesn't check this type annotation at runtime. Okay, so let's check our code, and we will print the value. And let's go to the terminal, and we will run Python mypy demo. And you can see it will print 1, 2. 1, 2 is string 1 plus string 2. That is correct, okay? And so here actually we use some type checker tools to do the type checking. This video we will use mypy. So first we should install mypy. How to install mypy is very simple. We can use pipe install mypy, and it will automatically install mypy on our virtual environment. And after that, we can use mypy and followed by the file name. For example, here is mypy demo.py, and press enter. It will return some information about our code. For example, here there are two lines. The first line is an error. Argument 1 to sum has incompatible type string, expected integer. And the second line is another arguments in sum. It should be integer, but here we use string. So this is the information mypy tell us, and we can use this information to change our code or do some type checking. Okay, another demo, and let's check what's wrong with our code. So first we will use mypy to run our code, mypy demo2.py, and there will be two type errors. The first one is incompatible return values type got tuple integer expected tuple string. So this line 8, and you can see the return value is a tuple, and the items are integers. So here the return tuple should be int and int. Okay, so this is the first type error. The second one is line 16, and arguments 1 to append of a list has incompatible type string expected photo. So here you can see from our code, in this list, the elements in this list are photo objects, and if we want to append foo is a string into this list, although it's valid in our Python code, but for type checker, there is type error. And we can fix this past a photo object. For example, let's 40, 50. Okay. And after that, if we run mypy again, okay, there's no error. And if we add another, built-in attributes for our photo class. For example, we have a self tag, and this tags is a Python list. And if we run mypy again, and you can see there is type error, need type annotation for tags. So here we should use variable annotations, and for example, this tag is a list of string, okay, is a list of string, and let's run our here we should use typing library to import list. Okay, and let's check again. Okay, no error. Okay, this is some basic annotations, and we will use mypy to do the checking. Okay, let's see another complex example. Here we have a class 4, and this class could be initialized by an ID, and it has an attribute ID. And we have a function get4, and this function has one argument full ID. And you can see the type for full ID is optional int, which means it could be none. This argument, it could be none or an integer. And for the return value is optional full, which means it could be none or an object of full. And from the function body, we can see if full ID is none, it will return none, else it will return an instance of full. Okay, but if we write code like this, myfull equals get4 print myfull.id. This code can be run correctly under Python, and you can see it will print out the ID of 3. But this code is dangerous because if we write code like this, and full ID is none, and if we want to access myfull.id, it could be written an exception because none has no attribute of ID. And if we run the code again, we will get a type error because it's none. But if we use mypy to do the type checking, it will tell us the dangerous about this place. For example, mypy demo3, and you can see from the output, the item none of optional full has no attribute ID. So this code is very dangerous. Here we should use like if myfull is not none, and after that we can access the ID attribute of myfull. Okay, this is type checking from mypy, and you can see from all these demos, mypy could help us to find some potential errors in our code, and also it could help us to improve our code quality. So please try to use type annotation in our Python code and use some type checking tools like mypy to help us to do the type checking. Okay, this is mypy, and thanks.